Hey everyone, Andeng here for another episode of the Epic Story. When we last left off, we were getting ready to go and scout this place and just learn all the lore that's going to be going on here through the Epic Story. So I'm super excited as we make our way through the March of the King on our way to Mordor. So here we go. Legolas motions for you to halt, and his eyes search the sky.
The Nazgul are flying above us, out of sight. I feel their presence.
I thought I heard something high above us, Stafteng, and I felt a shadow pass across my heart. I know this feeling. It was on the banks of the Anduin that I felled one of the flying beasts. It must have proved only an inconvenience for its terrible rider, for I know their number, and all was seen on the Pelennor. The Nazgul are flying above us now, just out of sight. They watch the progress of Aragorn's host as it moves north toward Dagorland. Gimli and I, and you, know of these creatures, but we also know they can be fought. Not all of Aragorn's soldiers may believe this, and I fear such feelings of dread as the Nazgul inspire will grow in the breast of each man. Will their loyalty hold, or will the fear of Sauron's servants cause them to break ranks and flee as cowards? Well, first of all, Legolas, I'd like to remind you that Éowyn just took out the Witch King, so I think it's pretty hard to believe that they would not think that they can be fighting these guys. I mean, Éowyn did it, so I think they would think they could as well. That being said, I'm sure they got plenty of dread from these things, because no matter how many people take out a Nazgul beside you, I think you as an individual would still be terrified of it. My father does not think highly of man. But I have seen your own courage and that of Aragorn, and it teaches me that perhaps he underestimates your people. Bregaras motions to you, desiring to speak.
Find the hidden supply caches and bring them back here.
There is something up there, watching us even now. I do not like the sound of that. Bregaras shudders and scans the sky for some sign of the Nazgul, but can see nothing. He sighs heavily and shakes his head. At Faramir's instruction, his rangers placed hidden caches of supplies throughout Ithilien. It seems to me that we should retrieve these supplies, for the time of the rangers is surely coming to an end. If King Elessar finds victory or defeat at the Black Gate, there will be little need for such caches in the woodlands. Find the hidden supply caches east and north of Bar Tarnahir, and bring them back here, and we can distribute their contents among King Elessar's soldiers. Alright, let's go and look for ranger caches, because that sounds so exciting. So, they're expecting me to find ranger caches that I do not know the location of, just because they're kinda lazy. Thank you so much, rangers. I tell you what, those rangers. Luckily, they're not hidden too well, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, 1 out of 5. That's not too bad. Yes, such a hidden cache here right out in the open. Alright. Another ranger cache here. Much better hidden than the previous ones. Alright, the final ranger cache. Here we go. There we go. Got quite a fight here. Let's go ahead and try to take both of them out. Almost. Got close. Alright. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Alright, cool. Now we can make our way back to the ranger. Oh, thank you for telling me exactly where to put the ranger caches, buddy. Okay. I see how it is. You become aware that Gimli has been trying to capture your attention this entire time.
The soldiers that came with us have become increasingly troubled.
The soldiers that came with us, Ernreth of Rohan and Magur of Gondor, well, they have become increasingly more troubled as the day wore on. I have given some thought to how I might ease their minds, but my skill is just with axes, not with speechcraft. Perhaps you can do something to ease their worries, Stafteng. Perhaps I can.
If we do not seek victory, why then must we throw our lives away?
Stafteng, I am a man of Rohan, and will do as Éomer King commands. But my resolve is tested with every step towards the Black Land of Mordor. Is it true that our commanders do not hope to achieve victory through battle? Why then must we throw our lives away? I would do anything for the mark, and gladly. But would it not be better to take these soldiers and man a strong defense at Minas Tirith? There are strongholds in Rohan at which we could last for years if need be. I fought at the Hornburg and am well tested by the battle that was fought there. An unnatural dread seizes my heart, but there is more to this than fear. I cannot believe Éomer King or King Elisar of Gondor would so easily throw their lives away, and ours with them. How can this be the choice, Stafteng? How can this be? Unrest's courage fails, and he looks to you for reassurance.
I will die for Gondor if I must, but I do not want to die needlessly.
I am no coward, Stafteng, but I have to ask if there is any wisdom in this march to Mordor. I would serve King Elisar in all things, and do whatever he commands, but I fear that he does not know what he asks us to do. I thought his host was a goodly size when we marched through Osgiliath, but now that we have crossed into the wild, I see that it is smaller than I thought at first. It can be no match for the armies of Mordor. I will die for Gondor, if I must for Gondor to survive, but I do not want to lay down my life needlessly. If this march is folly, as I deem it to be, how can it be King Elisar's command? How will 6,000 fallen soldiers at the Black Gate save Gondor? It cannot. It cannot. Megger's courage fails, and he looks to you for reassurance. Once again, you say absolutely nothing, and make your way on to Aragorn to talk about other things.
What did you learn at Bartanaher, my friend?
You tell Aragorn that the Nazgul fly high above the clouds and out of sight of everyone except for Legolas, but they are keeping pace with the host. You tell him, too, that their fearful presence, and the nature of the mission itself, is having an effect upon his soldiers, sapping them of their courage. I have noticed this as well, Stafteng. I cannot blame these men if their hearts quail at the thought of this painful mission. I will not willingly command them to throw their lives away for the merest of chances, though I know how important that chance may be. Find soldiers here at Hineth noon, and see if you can reassure them. Don't worry about those other guys, though. They'll be totally fine. Alright, I guess we're going to encourage soldiers here at Hineth noon, so let's go and do just that. Your words reassure me. I thank you for them. Well, no problem, buddy. Are we marching to our deaths? Maybe. I'm just gonna walk away now. Yeah. I hope you're right. I hope I'm right too, buddy. This would be really bad if I'm not. Must we march to the Black Land? Is there no other way? Your words reassure me. I thank you for them. I think I talked to you before. Thank you for reassuring me again.
Thank you for your efforts, my friend.
I have given some thought to the problem of what to do if more men prove faint of heart as we approach Mordor. It will soon be put to the test, I think. Let us move forward along the road north of the border of Dagorlad. We will establish a camp at the wood's edge, and make ready for the final leg of the march to Mordor. I will speak with you at our camp on the border of Dagorlad when we arrive. Alright, here we go to Aragorn's camp. And there comes all the dread.
These are troublesome times indeed.
Alright, my, how the skies have changed.
We are close to the Black Land of Mordor now.
We are close to the Black Land of Mordor now, my friend. May our courage not desert us, and may our friends have the chance they need, though it cost us our lives.
I want to keep Sauron's eye focused on us for as long as we can.
I do not expect us to find victory through battle, but still I want to keep Sauron's eye fixed on us for as long as we can, Stafteng. To that end, it would not do for the host to be attacked before we attain the Black Gate. I ask that you scout ahead and learn what threats may lie in wait for us as we approach the Morannon. I suggest that you bring 2 of my rangers with you, Faron for his stealth, and Mitchum for his understanding of the black speech. Together, the 3 of you may learn much that one alone could not. You should find them to the south and to the east of this hillock. Ask them if they will accompany you on this mission, and bear this command in mind. You are not to get too near to the Black Gate. Yep, we'll totally follow that, Aragorn. No worries at all. I mean, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I will do as Aragorn commands, though it bring us onto the blasted plain.
Where long ago a great battle was fought. I am no stranger to such places of evil, as you know. We will learn what we can, and then return to tell Aragorn what lies before the host. It will be folly to do otherwise. Folly just gets used a lot when talking about Mordor, apparently. So there you go. Guess Boromir was not alone there. Alright.
Be warned, there will not be much cover on the plains of Dagorlad.
I will go with you onto the plains of Dagorlad, and scout ahead of the host, but be warned. There will not be much cover in that place, and we may be exposed to unfriendly eyes. It will take all of my stealth arts to keep us safe, but I will do what I can. Alright, time to talk to Legolas, apparently, for... not Legolas, Langlass. Makes much more sense. One moment, if you would.
Wait a moment, if you would.
Langlass removes a small packet from within the folds of his cloak, and holds it out to you. Mitchum tells me that you and Faron will be leaving to scout the slag hills of Dagorlad in advance of the host. That will be dangerous, for there is little cover on the battle plain. Take this packet of herbs with you. It was given to me by Mandan before the ships docked at Harlond, and I have been carrying it around since then, as a memento, for Mandan fell upon the Pelennor. The herbs within are foul-smelling when burned, which was true of most of Mandan's poultices, to speak honestly. If you need to draw the attention of an enemy, it might serve you well. I want you to have it. If Mandan's gift can help you this day, he would want it as well.
I trust you, Fyron, and Mincham, as I would trust no others.
Thank you for understanding this mission, Staftang. Dagorlad is an inhospitable land, and it will be difficult to remain unseen. But I trust you, Faron, and Mitcham, as I would trust no others. Speak to me when you are ready to depart.
Remember, do not get too close to the Black Gate.
Travel with care, my friend. And remember, do not get too close to the Black Gate. Note that this is a solo quest and cannot be completed in a fellowship.
I will not lead the host of the West into Dagorlad without knowing what awaits us. I have sent trustworthy friends to scout before us on the battle plain.
Oh yes, we're so trustworthy, yes. Alright. We picked our way across the tumbled stones and parched dust of Dagorlad, but all we have found is an inhospitable land. None live here, for what man could? The orcs keep watch on this place, for it lies on the border of their master's fell country. Faron has gone ahead to see what lies beyond the ridge. When he returns, we will turn back and tell Aragorn what we have seen. A dead land watched by his enemies, through which we must pass nonetheless. The fields of Fornost are so far away now, but this place brings them back to my mind. Faron returns. Mitchum, Staftang, we don't have much time. From the top of the ridge I could see a good distance, and I marked the movement of many orcs crawling hither and yon across the plain. But near at hand, a great tower rises from the rocks and spies the approach. I know the place from Aragorn's maps. It is Narcost, one of the towers of the Teeth. As I watched, a door in the tower opened and a great patrol of orcs marched out on some mission. They are made for Mordor, but if we hurry, we might be able to enter the tower before they return. We might learn something of value for Aragorn, but we must seize this chance while we have it. Once the orcs return, the opportunity will be lost. Hurry! Quickly! This way! before the orc patrol returns. Faron, wait! This cannot possibly be a good idea. No, it can't. Okay, yeah, here we go into the tower, because, you know, why not? It's not like Aragorn said to stay away from this place or anything. Oh, man. I would not have been able to forgive myself if we let this chance pass untaken, Staftang. But now that we are inside, my resolve wavers. Let us learn what we can and then depart. If there are any secrets to be found that will be of value to Aragorn, they will be on the upper levels of the tower. We must make our way upwards, but do not be seen by any of the guards that still lurk within. It is important that our passage remains unnoticed. Mitcham and I will follow in the shadows. We must find a way to reach the upper levels of the tower without being seen. Do not approach the guards, or we will all be imperiled. If only there was a way to draw the guards out of our path without being seen. If only you had been given some herbs by a ranger. Oh, wait. You have. Alright, let's go ahead and distract all these orcs. Okay, yes, herbs burning, terrible smell. Probably should dismiss Hairball. Don't want him to accidentally attack some orcs here. Alright, so there they go, and now we can make our way further into the tower. Oh man, look at that. That's just pretty cool. The lighting in this place is pretty awesome. The rangers move quickly, eager to be done with this evil place. Okay, apparently they're already going up. Did you hear that? Voices ahead. Hold friends, and keep silent. Oh, dang. I hear foul mutterings ahead, Staftang, and know them for what they must be, the vile black speech used by the creatures of Mordor. It is a language I have learned to understand, though the study pained my ears and my heart both. Let us move closer, and I will try to translate the words for you, and Faron. Remain silent and out of sight. We must not be noticed, or I fear we will not leave this tower alive. Okay, here we go.
Moldangu Barsangsur!
What will be done with the Azorin?
Mogosatam figures.
What will be done with Azorin and Willie? His title was poorly chosen. He was not wily enough to outwit the upstart king. I heard him begging for another chance. He will not have it. I have sent him to Ardun. Will any others seek to ambush the army of Gondor? I could do much better than Azrin or Najgat. No. The Master wants the army of Gondor to continue its march. What? How can this be? Yeah, I don't know, buddy. Those are my orders. And that means they are yours now. The upstart king is to be allowed to come to the gate. The master has plans for him. Mitchum, Staftang, we need to leave. Sounds below you in the tower signal the return of the orcs. Mitchum's study of that foul language has borne fruit, Staftang, and we have learned what we can. The armies of Mordor have orders to allow Aragorn to come to the gate. What terrible fate does the enemy have in mind for the host of the West? I hope Aragorn finds this knowledge useful, but now we need to escape from this place and return to his camp. We can stay here no longer. We have to get out of here. Alright, here we go. Scouted the way for Aragorn and went way too close probably, but that's okay.
I am glad you have returned in safety. What can you report of the Slag Hills?
So soon have Faron and Mitchum. What can you report of the Slag Hills? Aragorn's eyes widen in disbelief when you tell him that you seized upon a chance opportunity to enter Narcoast, but he nods with grim satisfaction when you report what you have learned within. So this gambit has proven itself, Staftang. Sauron believes I have the ring, and all his attention is focused upon the host of the West. He has fallen for our trap. Now everything depends upon Frodo. Alright, there we go, finishing out Book 7. We're now ready to go into the final book that is currently out at the time of this recording and get ready for the Mordor stuff. So that's super exciting. Let's continue along here.
The only hope of victory lies with Frodo, but we still have a part to play.
In this great struggle, Staftang, I asked Dervin to prepare the men for departure, but I believe it might take longer than expected for the host of the West to set out upon this last march. Heavy are the feet that dread the approaching road, but still they must step one before the other. Look for Dervin where the northward road departs from the camp, my friend, and ask him if the men are ready to leave. Alright, well, we will do that next episode. I can't believe we're finally, after so many years of going through this epic story, in the last released book of the epic story. We are so close to the current end. I'm so excited, so excited. Hopefully you guys are as well. When we return, we will continue through this final book currently of the epic story, but that's not till next time. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like down below, and I'll see you again real soon for another episode of the epic story.